The Art of Dealing with Those Who Dislike You, a Buddhist Reflection. Introduction: When kindness isn't returned. In life, not everyone will like you. Even when you have done no harm, even when your intentions are pure, you may still encounter hostility, gossip, or silent judgment. This truth, though bitter, is something most of us have tasted at some point. But what do we do when confronted by such situations? Do we retaliate, stay silent, or walk away? This question echoes not just in workplaces or schools, but even in families and spiritual communities. When a person dislikes us or speaks ill of us behind our back, we can feel a tightening in the chest, a rise of anxiety or anger. That moment becomes a test, not of them, but of us. How do we respond? How much peace do we carry inside? Venerable Thich Phap Hoa, a well-known Vietnamese Buddhist monk, offers deep insights into this common yet painful experience. While the original talk provides guidance from a Buddhist perspective, in this rewritten version, we will go deeper, interpreting the wisdom with personal commentary, stories, and reflections that apply across cultures and spiritual paths. Let us explore how ancient wisdom can help us deal with modern emotional struggles, and how learning to respond with awareness instead of reaction can transform our relationships, and ourselves. Part 1: Understanding the Roots of Conflict. The Unseen Wounds of Others. Often, when someone dislikes or criticizes us, it has less to do with us and more to do with their own inner struggles. People carry invisible wounds, unhealed childhood pain, envy, insecurity, or misunderstandings, that color the way they see the world. You may have simply said something in passing, unaware it triggered a deep hurt in them. Or your confidence reminds them of a strength they feel they lack. As a monk gently explains, sometimes people criticize you not because you are wrong, but because they cannot accept themselves. This is the first layer of wisdom: don't take everything personally. Not every cold glance or sharp word is about you. Sometimes, you are just a mirror in which others see their own discomfort. Envy, the poison that needs no invitation. One common reason others might dislike you is envy. When you succeed, when you are loved, or when you live freely, those trapped in comparison may feel resentment. Envy doesn't require wrongdoing. It feeds off the presence of someone who makes them feel inferior, even if unintentionally. So if someone hates you for your joy, understand, it's not your fault. But it is your responsibility not to let their darkness dim your light. Part 2: Inner Strength and Self-Knowing. Don't be shaken by temporary storms. Imagine you're a tree. The wind comes, the rain pours, but your roots go deep. That is what self-awareness provides. When someone hates or criticizes you unfairly, your first instinct might be to defend yourself or get emotional. But if you're rooted in your values, you'll realize you don't need to shake every time the wind blows. Thich Phap Hoa said, "Your peace cannot be in someone else's hands." If your happiness depends on others' opinions, then your peace is fragile. A single rumor, a disapproving look, a false story, and your day is ruined. But if you know your own heart, you'll realize that others' judgments are like passing clouds. You are the sky. Reputation is not reality. In the age of social media, reputation can be destroyed in seconds. But reputation is not the same as character. Reputation is what others think of you. Character is what you really are. Phap Hoa shares an analogy: if someone throws dirt on a lotus flower, does it stop blooming? No. The flower does not respond with bitterness. It continues to bloom, offering its fragrance anyway. That is how we should live, not controlled by praise or criticism, but rooted in inner clarity. Let others speak, let the world turn. Your task is to bloom. Part 3: Practical Ways to Deal with People Who Dislike You. 1. Avoid unnecessary confrontation. Just because someone gossips about you doesn't mean you need to confront them directly. Silence can be a powerful response. Not the silence of weakness, but the silence of understanding. When you speak with anger, you feed the flame. When you stay calm, the fire burns itself out. Buddhist monks often practice noble silence. This is not passivity, but deep awareness. When someone insults you, try pausing. Ask yourself, is responding worth it? Does this change who I am? 2. Don't let bitterness build a home in your heart. Resentment is a heavy load. Carrying it around only tires your soul. When you're disliked, it's tempting to talk behind their back, seek revenge, or curse their name in silence. But all of these actions hurt you more than them. As the Buddha said, holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Forgiveness is not saying what they did was right. It's saying, I choose not to suffer twice. 3. See their hatred as a teacher. This is where spiritual practice becomes transformative. Can you see those who dislike you as teachers? Not in the way of admiration, but in the way of awakening. They teach you patience. They teach you humility. They show you the parts of yourself that still react. If someone's hatred leads you to a deeper understanding of your own ego, then they have served you, even if unknowingly. Part 4. Personal reflections and real-life examples. My story, the critic in the office. I remember once being disliked by a colleague I barely interacted with. I couldn't understand why, until I overheard a conversation where they called me too perfect, too quiet, too hard to approach. At first, I was hurt. Then I realized, I was being judged not for my flaws, but for their perception of my presence. I could have become bitter. Instead, I decided to stay kind but keep my distance. Months later, that person came to me during a rough time. We talked, and she admitted she had been going through insecurity and projected it on me. This taught me, you never know what battles others are fighting. Don't carry hate in return. The monk and the man who spit. There's a famous Zen story of a monk who was spit on by a rude man. The monk didn't react. When asked why, he said, that man was angry. He acted out of ignorance. Why should I let that poison enter me? Years later, the man returned, remorseful. He asked for forgiveness. The monk said, there's nothing to forgive. The man who spat on me is not the man who is asking forgiveness now. Both are gone. This story isn't just poetic, it's powerful. It reminds us to respond to people's current consciousness, not their past mistakes. Part 5, Final Lessons from Thich Thap Hoa's Talk. You are not responsible for others' hatred. But you are responsible for not letting that hatred grow inside you. Let others' criticism refine you, not define you. Sometimes, what is said may contain truth. Listen, discern, and let go. Compassion is a shield. Not weakness, but strength. It allows you to stand tall while still being soft. True strength lies in staying calm amidst noise. In a world that is quick to judge, be someone who is slow to anger. Conclusion, turning hatred into insight. We often seek peace in quiet places. But real peace is not found in temples or mountaintops, it's found when someone dislikes you, and you remain unshaken. When gossip spreads, and you stay grounded. When your name is dragged through the mud, and you rise, not to attack, but to walk forward with grace. As Venerable Thich Thap Hoa so wisely said, we cannot control what others say about us, but we can control how we live. So the next time someone dislikes you, pause. Breathe. Remember, it's not about being liked by everyone. It's about liking yourself enough to stay kind, even to those who don't.